victimize us, work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB, get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play a role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WUB, wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Belize our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must be happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB, get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play a role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. That's how we need to build a solution. We are the people to make the changes.
In fact, hardly any latency, about 5 seconds.
Blue skies. I love it when people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize.
I'm ending up with people who join my chat. People are joining.
Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Belize our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must be happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day.
For today, Tuesday, the 10th of March, 2026. If the studios look different, it's because it absolutely is. I am Mose Hyde. I want to welcome you to our first morning of Reef Week here in the beautiful Sapodilla Key Range Reserve. We are on Nicholas Key. and we are getting off this morning. We are off the ground. We do have some morning news for you, and we do have the weather forecast, and then we've got a full lineup of conversation. You know how it works. Right here inside the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We're going to... Mother Nature is saying good morning to you. There is a lot of wind, as you can observe, and probably you can hear. But that's what we have going on this Tuesday morning. It's Reef Week WB. We've been doing this now for years, and this morning we want to get lifted. We've got your weather forecast lined up. You're going to find out about that coming right up.
Mainly fair weather prevails over the country, and in the 24-hour forecasts, skies will be sunny with a few cloudy spells today and then clear to partly cloudy tonight. Only isolated showers are expected, and then high temperatures will reach around 85 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 90 inland, and then 82 up in the hills. Low temperatures for tonight will reach around 76 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 70 inland, and then 65 in the mountains. Winds over the open sea will be from the east at 5 to 15 knots, with sea conditions being choppy. And then low tides occur at 7:37 this morning, then at 10:20 tonight.
First private radio in Belize since 1989. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news. The first private radio in Belize since 1989. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. In the stories this morning, while Belize was not invited to the Shield of the Americas summit in Doral, Florida, attended by the U.S. President and leaders of some 12 Latin American and Caribbean nations, Belize participated in a first America's Counter-Cartel Conference led 3 days prior by the United States Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. 17 countries participated. Belize was represented by Minister of National Defense and Border Security, Lawrence Marin Jr. Following this separate conference held at the U.S. Southern Command headquarters, also in Doral, Florida, participants signed a declaration in which the countries committed to expand multilateral and bilateral cooperation to enhance security in the Western Hemisphere. They agreed to cooperate on border security, counter narco-terrorism and trafficking, secure critical infrastructure to strengthen to address future threats to mutual interests, and join a coalition to combat narco-terrorism and other shared threats. The commander of U.S. Southcom, General Francis Donovan, described the cartel threat as the single greatest regional security threat and affirmed that the time to act is now.
This is the single gravest threat to security in our region and across our hemisphere. The Western Hemisphere is our neighborhood, and the narco-terrorists who seek to export drugs and death to our shores and your shores will be dismantled and defeated. We are your premier partner to work with, by, with, and through your nations to achieve shared objectives. But when necessary, we will not hesitate to act.
Assistant Secretary of War Joseph Humry emphasized that each country's commitment cannot be just lip service.
We are at long last putting America, Americans, and the Americas first. For too long, leaders in Washington and their foreign policy functionaries abandoned the simple wisdom of the Monroe Doctrine. They ignored the warnings of President John Quincy Adams, who said that if our nation went overseas only in search of monsters to destroy, that we would cease to be the ruler of our own spirit and our own backyard. President Trump has reestablished the Monroe Doctrine, the Trump corollary of the Monroe Doctrine, or if you'd like, for short, you can just call it the Donroe Doctrine.
Both the conference and the summit are considered part of the Trump administration's Donroe Doctrine push for hemispheric security. It's a reinterpretation of the 1823 Monroe Doctrine and focuses on the U.S. dominance, counter-cartel operations, anti-immigration measures, and confronting China, Russia, and hostile regimes in the Americas. Here's how Hegseth described the Donroe Doctrine to the defense ministers of the participating nations.
We are at long last putting America, Americans, and the Americas first. For too long, leaders in Washington and their foreign policy functionaries abandoned the simple wisdom of the Monroe Doctrine. They ignored the warnings of President John Quincy Adams, who said that if our nation went overseas only in search of monsters to destroy, that we would cease to be the ruler of our own spirit and our own backyard. President Trump has reestablished the Monroe Doctrine, the Trump corollary of the Monroe Doctrine, or if you'd like, for short, you can just call it the Donroe Doctrine.
His national defense minister, in his contribution at the conference, spoke about how Belize is impacted.
Border protection, maritime domain awareness, intelligence-led operations, and close interagency collaboration. We must deepen intelligence sharing, improve joint operational capabilities, strengthen financial tracking to disrupt illicit flows, and invest in community resilience to prevent recruitment by criminal organizations. Belize stands ready to work shoulder to shoulder with our partners to safeguard our region.
Resident of Las Flores, Belmopan, identified as 35-year-old. Chun died as a result of injuries sustained in a traffic accident which occurred Sunday night in Armenia village. His family reports that he was driving his motorcycle and was hit by a red vehicle. They add that the woman driving the vehicle was initially detained and subsequently released. The International Court of Justice has announced that it will deliver its decision on Guatemala's case that is pending before the court. Guatemala affirmed its long-standing claim of sovereignty over the Zapadillas, which is also a part of the Belize-Guatemala case. Public hearings on the arguments of all sides were held in November last year. Port of Belize Limited, PBL, has submitted an environmental impact assessment EIA for the proposed cargo expansion in cruise port development at its Caesar Ridge Road facility. The EIA is available on the website of the Department of the Environment and can be viewed as well free of charge at the Port Loyola Public Library, the Leo Bradley Library, Turton Library, and the Belize National Library Service in Belize City. The document will be available for viewing at those locations and at the Department of the Environment's Bumupon office until April 1st, which is also the deadline for submission of comments. The public hearing will be held on March 25th, 2026, beginning at 7 p.m. virtually and in person at the Biltmore Plaza. And that concludes our morning news update here inside the WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We will take ourselves a break. When we come back, of course, we've got to commence Reef Week the right way here, 2026. We're in the Sappadillas, and you will be hearing all about that between now and Friday morning. We take a break. We'll be right back.
Informative, accurate, current information. Krem's Newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general, your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now.
are looking at us, you see a lot shaking going on because I'm glad that one of the we're covering is that there is going to be a ruling, one of the first ruling as it relates to the ICJ matter. Now, it's not the main matter that we are at the ICJ dealing with, meaning whether or not Belize belong to a period. What we are looking at is the matter of the Sapodilla Range. And we have always lamented the fact that as much as the Sapodilla Range has been a kind of a, you have the main issues surrounding the unfounded Guatemala claim, but there's also been this kind of sub-team, this subplot, and it has been the matter of our rights to the Sapodilla Range, which we know absolutely news here that the matter of the ICJ had an interesting twist because Honduras entered the fray, and then we now have a whole complication to do with the Sapodilla Range, and the ICJ is going to deliver a judgment on whether Guatemala can join in on the Honduran claim to the Sapodilla Keys, which now Belize has to defend. So it's become a almost like one three-way showdown at the Hague for the Sapodilla Range, considered to be like one of the most beautiful parts of the entire country of Belize. I consider myself like lucky and privileged that I've been here. I think this is my fourth time. All four times though were essentially as an adult, into my 40s was when I made my first. So it's only over the last 10 to 12 years or so I experienced the SAPs. Now, I give thanks to enough of us have not been brought into that experience so that we can intimately feel possession and a sense of belonging to and what the importance of this struggle is. So that is one of the reasons why we're here all the way in the SAPS. It's not easy to be here to bring a broadcast to you, but that has not stopped us before. That Belize we're there, we have to find a way, and we now have the fanciest stuff, and like I said, a long way to reach to realize you don't have one cable where you need. you can't get it posted here. And for those who don't know, we are like about around 30 miles off the coast of PG, going a little bit more southeast than direct east, I think. And so we are, I think, closer to Honduras than we are to PG. On our way here, on a clear day, of course, you can see the mountains of both Guatemala and Honduras when you're out in the SAPs. And very often, these islands are visited by Guatemalans, Hondurans. They probably come here more often than we do. And I think that that is a lamentable reality. And something has to be done about that. And maybe we can create a collage of images and experiences that can heighten awareness and heighten interest and increase the number of Belizeans who take it upon themselves to come out here and experience it. So just giving you a backdrop as to why were they far, why were they so far. Again, let me just mention that our telephone number is 672-4770. That is our direct line for you to us, that you will take full advantage of this, because even though we're far, and work, and we hope to be able to hear your thoughts this morning once you call in and contributed. This is WUB. This is Reef Week 2026, and we've got 4 mornings with you. We only have 4 mornings. That's it. Here with you until Friday, and you can see in my background, I think, Mr. Cliff Lewis staying in my background. That is my main engineer. So, but Cliff, you should get out of my background shot. I don't think you hear me yet. You can't hear me. You hear me on a phone quicker than you hear me right here in person, because you know, I hear me with this breeze. Let me before we go further, let me just quickly mention that we do have, as I think I've done so before, that we do have Tide scheduled to come on at 7:30. They're going to be joining us. We have a representative from Tide who have the duty of enforcing marine rules, regulations in this reserve here. So they have management of this reserve, and so we'll be hearing about the work that they do. They do have a station on one of the islands here on I don't know the brother Will that. You're in a me shot, brother Will. You're the boss and you come in a me shot, you're in a me shot. But brother Will is gonna be our guest up next. So what we're gonna do is to give break for our sponsors, and we be our sponsors for Reef Week, and when we come back we've got conversation with Will. Welcome back to a very windy start to Reef Week 2026. We ambition get better. We will say one a seaside, one a reef side. Now Reef Week 2026, that's how we're there. And this is the first morning of Reef Week. It's Tuesday morning. If you don't know WUB, for the last 12, 13 years, you don't know that this is what we do when March come, when Reef Week come. This is how we represent Mose Hyde here, and thanks to, okay, so we did for just to join way, to make it simple for you, we're there far. We're there at the majestic Sappadilla Keys. This one we're there on the Nicholas Key, and you know, you can't do south without the mouth of the south. The man from the south, king of the south right now, Will Mejia, is with us. I want to know that I think that every single week you've been on.
Yeah, even during COVID.
Even during COVID. So you have not, it's an unbroken participation in a Reef Week. And the man, he show himself this morning because the first thing you do, that gone out fishing and pulling one Lee mackerel. Look like a mackerel. Mackerel. Spanish mackerel. Well, morning and welcome to Reef Week 2026.
Yes, morning. Big congratulations to XTV, you know, and Creme Radio, Amandala and the whole crew. I mean, this is a history in the making. I don't think that there has ever been a time when anybody gone live from the Sappadilla Keys. But you know, you guys have been trendsetters and always go to the places where people only read about. You reach there. And for Reef Week, for make we there right on the Belize Barrier Reef, for me that's an amazing thing, and I'm so honored to be a part of it, Mose. And to all the Belizeans out there, we are a wonderful part of Belize, and you know, we just gotta treasure the treasures that we have. We have to take care of it. We have to always safeguard it. So, you know, being out here for Reef Week with XTV is for me a great honor.
Big up yourself. Well, let me just mention here that Reef Week, of course, is celebrating the theme this year for We Reef, for We Roots, connecting communities, empowering youth, give respect to the. There's a whole lot of stuff going on for the entire week. All the various organizations are going to be celebrating, will be, you know, and have all in different plans, all in different, and hopefully before the week is out, we're going to hear about most of them. We invite them, if they are not scheduled to be on the show, to call in. The number is 672-4770. So you have that direct line. As I said to the audience before we got started, Will, and before we got started, well, not before we get started, but before we get you on, is that we're on double duty here in the SAPs. And I think maybe to say that is to suggest that they are distinct duties. I think there's a integration, there is a overlapping of duties when you talk about the reef, and also talking about, you know, the reef says about community. It speaks about roots, and I still find it very unacceptable that I should consider myself so privileged that I am a part of the few who know what it is to actually visit the SAPs, to know what the SAPs represents. It is, I guess, arguably the crown jewel of the entire reef experience that we have. This a case can be made for the atolls, but the SAPs, I imagine you have one bias for it. Get into any of the issues. We know that the SAPs are so nice that it has triggered a three-way race for its possession, even though it has been sovereign to Belize forever. We now know that the ICJ is taking on a matter where Honduras is laying its claim to this, Guatemala. Well, Guatemala is first to have a claim to the SAPs at the ICJ, but now we know Honduras took their claim, and now there's a three-way battle going on for the ICJ with a ruling coming up on the 19th of March.
19th of March, right here. just a few days away.
It's not a ruling to determine at the final judgment on the ICJ. It is to rule whether Guatemala is going to be allowed to come in on the matter between Belize and Honduras. And it is extremely significant. Belize took the stance that they were not going to oppose. But I think I read a very interesting legal opinion somewhere. They say, well, but kind of like having Guatemala get in at this is to make them play 2 times. I don't know if you remember when they play marble and say, no, you can't play 2 times. You know, got some people will try play 2 times.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like the legal equivalent of playing 2 times. At least that's an argument that I heard. Now, we will find out which way the wind blows at the ICJ. So it's the first ruling of any sort, because you know this process has been drawn out a bit. You've been the nation's. We know that the SAPS is a high usage area for Guatemalans. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, you know, like again, I'm so happy that we could be able to bring to the world. But again, I'm so happy that we could be able to bring to the world, but especially, but more so important, the amount of Guatemalans that visit this area, and they have the resources, they have the boat. I believe that we need to make it possible so as many Belizeans as possible could come out and visit what we have here. I mean, people from all over the world go to the Blue Hole, all over Central America, not because of Belize promotion, but because of Central American promotion. They come out here. I have met people from all over Central America, from all over the world out here because of the marketing that other countries have done, Guatemala and Honduras, to sell this place, to bring tours. When they come here, of course, they still go through the customs and immigration and things like that. So they realize that they are in Belizean territory. But we got to get our own people to have this experience, this Sapodilla experience. I mean, we are sitting here and we are right at the edge of the Belize Barrier Reef. You know, Reef Week, and I like the one part of the team I say, for we Reef, for we Belize Barrier Reef. And I hope that every Belizean would like correct anybody else who just referred to it, the Reef. No, it's the Belize Barrier Reef. It's called the Sapodilla Keys Marine Reserve. And I'm telling you that it is, you know, one of the things that people don't know about the Sapodilla Keys. It is the exact, well, not exact, but more or less the same distance to get to the Sapodilla Keys from Placencia, the same distance to get to the Sapodilla Keys from PG, the same distance from Puerto Barrios, the same distance from Tel, because of all of those distances that it is strategically located in an area where everybody wants to come. You know, on the southern coast of Belize, let's say between Placencia and the Sarstoon, you have maybe 30,000-40,000 people. On the coast, it's less than that, probably 20,000 people. While within 45 minutes to an hour of here, you have 2 million people. You have San Pedro Sula, which is 90 minutes from Puerto Cortes, which is only about half an hour from here, which have a couple million people. You have Puerto Barrios, so you have Amoa, you have Livingston, all those communities. That's not too far from here. So the grass is definitely greener on this side. You'll see that, you know, thanks to the management out here, that we could still go out there and catch some fish to eat. But, you know, way back in time, you didn't even have to get out of your, get into a boat to go and get conch if you want to make a conch soup. You could walk right off the island and pick that up, you know. So I think that it's really and truly like a jewel for us, and we got to continue to protect it. And, you know, during this Reef Week, we want to highlight it. Thanks again to XTV for making that possible.
Yeah, like you said, let me just mention the team again. If we're going to get used to the team, for we Roots, connecting the community, empowering the youth, for we Roots. Now, you kind of described where we are, but you need to probably describe the different islands that make up the Sapodilla Key Range. You're doing a shabby job.
And you come down, and the first thing you will meet is what they call Coco Solo. Coco Solo is kind of like a sand bore where the sun wash up and eventually form an island. And you see these things happening from time to time. Come down to Frank's Key, to south, Northeast Key, then you come down to Frank's Key, then you come down to Nicholas Key, then you come down. After Nicholas Key, you get to Hunting Key. That's the only key, basically, I believe, that is left that have national lands. So you have Belize Coast Guard that is stationed out there. You have the Tide Rangers that have a presence out there. And you have the University of Belize that have a presence out there. And you have the University of Belize that have a presence out there. So the Hunting Key is one of the most important keys, although I believe that the entire range is very important. When you leave Hunting Key, you go down to Lime Key, and after Lime Key, you go down to what they call the Cayman Crown, and that most Belizeans have just begun to hear about that after they made a movie about it, because it is one of the most unique part of the Belize Barrier Reef. Though, you know, I will be biased about the Sapodillas, but the Cayman Crown is in Belize, and I know that Honduras and Guatemala and the NGOs, they are like talking about part of Guatemala and part of Honduras. Maybe we get it straight. It is in Belize territory, on the Belize Barrier Reef. And I know, like, you know, you have people, because I've had this discussion with people, and I'm glad to be like independent, that I could say what I want without have to worry about my funding get yanked. Although it definitely does get yanked because of what I say sometimes. But
Go up.
I'm not taking away from the fact, and this is where education comes in. The Belize, yes, you have the Mesoamerica Reef that stretches from Cancun all the way down into Guatemala and Honduras. But the Belize Barrier Reef is the Belize Barrier Reef. It's part of the Mesoamerica Reef system. So I don't think that we should, at any time, because we don't want to offend some international organization or so, be afraid of calling our barrier reef the Belize Barrier Reef. It is the Belize Barrier Reef, and we do accept that it is part of the Mesoamerica Reef. I know I got for myself again because we focus on the Sapodillas. But the Sapodillas, to me, is a special place. When I was a kid, you could only get here by sailboat. We never have the kind of boat that we have now. A lot of people from Monkey River, Placencia, Punta Negra, that's Punta Negra or Punta Negra, like the real Punta Negra man, I say that for Punta Negra. Punta Negra, Punta Icacos, the Toledo Keys, the Port Honduras Marine Reserve. You know, in the days, people used to live there too, and people would come out here, especially during Easter time. I know for a fact that one of the presidents of Guatemala used to come out here at Hunting Key, at Lime Key, every Easter. And, you know, so that's just to show you how important this reef is to all of Central America, but it is for Belize, and we have to continue to protect it and take good care of it.
So, like, from your vantage point, is it a matter of distance why you would say our Belizeans have not really, obviously Belizeans who could have, like say we're part of major population areas there.
Like you could see BTB have major tourism advertisements globally. I don't see anything advertising the Sapodilla Keys. And as you could tell, amazing, sorry, a lot of breeze, so like the sun kick up. Yeah, but you know, yeah, well, you I can't believe. But you know, I mean, like the life out here, the reef out here. I mean, you like again, you don't even need to be a scuba diver to come and enjoy the reef out here. You could snorkel, and that's why, like, you know, we want to continue to encourage organizations like Tide and like the Belize Coast Guard to enforce these laws, to make sure that people don't step on the reef, that they snorkel in areas and they are educated about the fragility of the reef. But yeah, as far as Belizeans getting out here, for one, we still have the highest price of fuel in all of Central America. So that is definitely a setback. You just can't go and full up and drive out there because it costs a lot of money. So I was suggesting if the tour guides had a lobby like the Caneros have a lobby to get duty-free fuel, the tour guides could do that because tourism is part of the industry here, and it would cut the cost of the trips. Guatemalans, a lot of their marine products come from this area. So that is something else again that, Belizeans could be the ones benefiting from that. If you want to sell it to Guatemala, then sell it to Guatemala. But Guatemalans should not be able to come and extract these resources. It's the Belizeans who should extract these resources. And we have to work on we have laws in place. Belize is one of the countries with the greatest laws, with the best laws. But the laws must be enforced. So, when we finish from the morning show, we'll take a tour around the different islands here, and you will see the evidence of the amount of conch that goes to Guatemala. I doubt that 10% of the conch that come from the Sabadell Keys are sold in Belize. I think it's all gone there, and I don't think that Belizeans are the ones selling it there. So it's just a matter of enforcing. I am grateful to the Coast Guard that they are out there. Big up the Coast Guard, big up the Tide Rangers, because you have seen difference since they have been out there. Especially Tide, they have really raised the bar when it comes to management of the resources. So we hope that they appear on the show and talk to us about what they are doing. But Tide is doing a great job out there along with the Belize Coast Guard.
Yeah, give thanks, Brother Will, for that. Almost one speech you give there just now. You give the Reef Week annual Reef Week address from Wilmer here. The annual thing now,
Yeah.
That will get a rostrum to open Reef Week. Sometimes have to close Reef Week, but because we're in the south, we make the man give the opening address here inside the WUB for Reef Week 2026. I just want to mention to people where they listen and the people where they watch me right now on all the various platforms, they get me live. You not only want to experience the SAPs when we do the live show, because when we do the live show, it's going to be difficult for us to show all these things. But we will be posting a lot of the video that we do, so you can see all the special places that are part of it. As soon as we get some videos, we're going to upload them. You can get them on our Facebook page. We'll show some on our Instagram as well, XTV Belize. So we just make them know that, right? These are the hardcore version of the SAPs, and then we're gonna give you the tourism side of the SAPs via these posts that we will be doing, right? So you can become a bit familiar, because that is our duty. We want to put light on fire, interest in you, that even though it might not be the easiest thing to do, to reach, easiest place to reach, we know when we want. Just imagine like if you had 5 golf skills where they right next to one another. I know the nowadays golf ski, maybe the one for when we bigger, before erosion and that kind of stuff we had going on. I think that, that's the closest I could come to describe. We make like that, like almost as if though there was a call to islands. We planted someone on an island.
Very young, I remember my father brought me out there on a boat named Ann. Very young, I remember my father brought me out there on a boat named Ann. That was a government boat. That was back in the early 70s. So I was probably under 10 years old. Definitely under 10 years old when we first came out to the Zapadellas. So it has been something, and sometimes, when you're growing up, you would go years, sometimes a couple of years without reaching the Zapadellas because things just didn't line up. But every time you get a break, you get to come to, I try my best to come to the Zapadellas because it is such a special place. I'm glad you touched on that part, but I like how you put it about making it like a beauty contest almost of islands. Because while I have a bias for Nicholas, it's where I've been coming from a very, very long time. You have the Gabat, Wale Gabat, teacher Wale. He spent a lot of his time out here on Nicholas. But So I have a bias here. I spend a lot of my time here on Nicholas too. But every time I go to Hunting Key on the east side of Hunting Key, my man, look, you can't like help about, you know, I can't even say how like I really compare it with, like, you know, I'll tell you off air. But when you go to Hunting Key, man, that east side of the Hunting Key, there is no place else on the planet. So we give thanks to Jah Almighty for the beauty that we have here.
I want to stand and second the motion there that the east side where and we are showing you, but showing you one video, it can't really do it, but we will show it. East side Hunting Key has a beach, well, on a curved beach where the water run up to, where the sun is fine. And I don't know a beach person. I've never been a beach person. I love the out on the water. I'm not a beach guy. But the closest one beach convert me, that a little piece of beach there, as you describe it on the east side of Hunting Key. But we are showing you, it's spectacular. Lime Key is spectacular. Nicholas Key, it's I've been here now one day night. It is amazing. We had a little campfire here last night, you know, thanks to Brother Will. We just want to thank all the sponsors who are making this possible. And we are going to have other guests. Well, that's the plan. So what we're going to do is to give Will his opportunity to wrap up on his presentation here. Brother Will?
Yeah, again, like, you know, I mean, I'm proud to be like among the first ever live broadcast from the Sapodilla Keys and be a part of the team that's letting the Belizean people know that the Belize Barrier Reef is, the Sapodilla Keys is on the Belize Barrier Reef. And for Reef Week, you know, I'm grateful to all the people who have come together and continue to let us as Belizeans realize that, look, the reef is so important to us that we have a Reef Week. You know, we have a lot of things going on, but for the organizations who got together and came up with the idea, and I know, Brother Mose, you've been part of that from the beginning. You know, I could say you own Reef Week. You know, like when I say that, but like really and truly, you know, we there, the proof is in the pudding. So like congratulations, and you know, not taking away anything from any of the other people who contribute to make Reef Week what it is. I'm just glad to be a part of this as well.
That's Wilmer here. He's a conservationist. He's a farmer. He's a territorial sovereignty defender and an activist, a politician too. But yeah.
yeah. You know, if we want to bring up the political side of it, you know, I know the back down. You know, Belizeans now have, the sea, who they fight for the reef. We the out here.
It's the man. Starting off with week 2026. Mose Hyde here. Give thanks that you are spending a little time with us. We don't get a first call yet for Reef Week. So you guys better work on that part there. The number is 6724770. Here to be joined by Tide, a representative from Tide. We're still, I think they're right next door.
On Tinky.
They could swim funny.
Go swim funny.
So we hope that they come through our studio on the seaside, on the reef side. Nicholas. But beautiful south. Still Belize. All Belize. Everything.
Including Corona Reef. The whole Corona Reef that we believe.
The whole height.
No all of a sudden now, the other countries say, oh, well, you know, they're right by the borderline, and, you know, some that we, and some that we go, no, we need to appease nobody. The Corona Reef is inside Belize's territory, and I don't care who want to like argue or dispute that. Okay, we could work with Guatemala, we could work with Honduran divers and researchers, but hey, the reef is inside Belize. It's inside Belize's territory, and I believe that we have to continue to let Belizeans know that. So during Reef Week, all the students out there that listening, all the people that's listening, anybody say the Mesoamerican Reef, let's correct them. It's the Belize Barrier Reef, which is part of the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef.
The nice part.
The nice part, yes. The living part.
Oh man, we have unleashed Wilma here. Unleashed, unhinged, free. Take it over. Reef Week 2026, please. We are very pleased. We know that we hope that the see we're good. The year we're good. We know that we're there. We know that we reach farther than we limitations, but that's how we do it, So bear with us. The wind kind of beat me up this morning, but if the camera they move, the light they move, my shirt they look for rip off. They're not like gale force winds. Yeah. Real. We're gonna take a break and come back.
You're watching WUB, this is XTV, and we're out at the Civic Center where people turn out in numbers. And guess what? Belizean has made a stand, but me, when you know how I go, I want to find out the 2 cents. So we go find out the 2 cents. Big up to our sponsors, 4 Point Security. Let's go. Charlie, when you come out and support them, people don't know. No race to come this way. Race to come this way with a Belizean. We have to support each other. We have to learn to support each other more like this. Man, this is good. Come out and you will see what we're talking about. Now, you're 2 cents. Come out. If you know that the people ain't. Come out, support.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised when I hear what happened, but when I wake up this morning and I see on the Facebook that things are happening out here, I say, no man, waste my time and go up here and buy the plaza. When I got things, I just say, because I hear all of the museum, free of cost, you don't have to charge. So say everybody, I wish everybody will love,
I mean, that's an original spot. But I found I know about Outer Belcan Bridge and spot where the rest end. And I hear all the vibes and the love there. So I hear we have for there.
Yeah, you're 2 cents.
What do you mean? Don't say.
So how you feel if you know that you're still there on top of making money today?
With the grace of God, nobody can fuck nothing. So we are the answer for it. Amen.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
At Habet and Abet and Brothers Habet, we've always proudly celebrated Women's Month. This year, we celebrate women keeping the balance at home, at work, and in their communities. That's why all March long, all women receive 15% off store-wide, from paints to plumbing and everything in between. Plus, 20 to 65% off lots more deals on sale and clearance. With trusted experience, top quality products, and service that's second to none, we're here to support women every step of the way. Visit or call us today. Happy Women's Month from all of us at Habet and Abet and Brothers Habet, doing our part to balance the scales.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria.
con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente. Ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality. Choose reliability.
The issue of the newspaper next week. There will only be the Friday issue, which will hit the streets on Friday, March 13. Happy National Heroes and Benefactors Day from the management and staff of Cremandala.
I think that this program has benefited my parents because now they don't have to pay for my tuition, so they can use that on other expenses for the house or for me personally, and they don't have to pay for my electronics either because I'm given one. My major is one of the most expensive ones that they have here at Sacred Heart. It makes me feel a lot more comfortable that it's completely covered and my parents don't have to worry about it.
I can see that it has benefited especially parents who have more than one children at school, because they are no longer worrying about where the money will come, for them to pay the tuition for their kids. We have a lot of parents who are single parents, and for them especially.
Please.
our priority. Our priority.
Your mobile number. This will be used for request verification and important communications from Belize. Enter a password as per the specifications given. Reconfirm your password. This should be the same as the password field above. Enter the appropriate security answers to the 3 questions. Note, these questions will be used in the event you need to recover your password and validate your identity. When finished, check the Read and Agree box for the terms and conditions and privacy policy. Now, you can click the Submit My Registration button. Your user account registration has been sent. A confirmation email will be sent to the email address you entered. Open the email and click the Confirm Email Address button. You are now registered. For the final step, you will need to contact Belize Tax Service to link your tax account to your online profile. This process will take approximately 24 hours to link. Enjoy using your integrated revenue information system. Effortless, easy, and efficient electronic tax services for everyone. Iris Belize.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
When Shell V-Power flows through your engine, confidence flows through you. Choose the fuel that 100% cleans critical engine parts and keeps your engine performing like new.
northern part hold on before Cliff come in and the whole thing. That's for sure, but we just want you to know that we up and running. You can call in and talk to it. It is Reef Week, but that don't mean that that's the only thing where we can talk about. And so we go. So the number to call is 672-4770. That is the direct number. Miss Kona, big up yourself. We know you're in tune. Yeah, give thanks to that. Always. There's a lot obviously going on that we could touch upon. You made mention to me though that with this out, that there were some disruptions. We are calling growing pains with the national bus company. We probably made implement certain things where you had to burn out. So we never came up on a bus. We had problems reaching. Boy, it was a tough time. But yeah, we end up one good Samaritan end up work it out that we could have reached. We nearly never reached because great vehicular problems, whatever. But I will most people for move up from south, for come south, the bus now a big part of it. We know that there had been a big change with the national bus company. Throughout the weekend, we saw many different bus lines with the name Wipeout and the national bus company name and logo upon it. Where you been experienced down south?
When I go on down south, you know, I have to big up the minister, Minister Zabane, for listen to the people, listen to the call of the people. For sure, like, you know, I understand what they try to do was to like express and, you know, when you jump on the express, you want to go from A to B and B to C, but they're not just say work. You have to put the infrastructure in place because you have people who work. They're not like them people who make $1 million. Then they travel to Placentia, to Hopkins, all the way out to San Pedro. So when then they travel on the bus and they want to get home, they jump on the express bus. So like certain villages, for example, the minister, transport is trying to do, but they got to think it through. This is not like Taiwan or a Singapore where you jump from one train to the next train and you go to the next one and you are there. No, this is not possible. If that was possible, then yeah, I'd deal with it. But for right now, we have to think about the poor people. We have to think about the people who jump on the bus to go to work. Like on the BDF, right? You have 10 BDF, right? Or 10 Coast Guard who come from the village of San Jose. And when they get off at the bus that dump, then they try to reach home. So if the bus take them all the way because no stop in dump to PG, how they gonna get from PG to San Jose? To PG, how they gonna get from PG to San Jose? That will make their distance nearly twice as much. So, I mean, the big picture, yes, maybe down the road when infrastructure is put in place and there are more runs, short runs for the other like taxi-like runs that could make this possible, then yeah. But right now, that doesn't exist. So I believe that the vision is out there, but you got to work towards it. You just can't go and just like dump it by you like that because it's not going to work.
I just want to touch base on a bit of thing on the Reef and pan SAPS, right? That the very first time I come to SAPS, we end up in a league challenge. Well, not challenge. We end up in one big issue because when the first time you bring me the SAPS, that when we find out that the bill my forward operating base, that is SAPS, and they were using a contractor from our neighboring country who just happens to believe that the country that flying. And so we say, well, that's problematic for we, and that became a thing about, and then we finally end up in our forward operating base. We know we come here and we will show you on Hunting Key again. That's where we have government presence. That's where we have the presence of this level of disrepair, showing that, well, you know, there was not a love about that with Hyde. The problem I have is that, as you mentioned earlier in your presentation, Hunting Key represents one of the prized positions that remains in the state. These islands, while they are beautiful, these are not publicly owned estates. They are in private hands. Hunting Key is different. It is the part of the Sapodilla will still belong to the people of Belize in that sense. All I is for Belize is as far as the sovereignty of it, but Hunting Key is in the state own that or manage that. We also know that, as you described it, we call it the Island Beauty Contest, that the Sapodilla is, that the Hunting Key Beach is magnificent. We know that's where in a couple of weeks for Easter, when you come here, as you've described it, I have not been here, but as you describe it, that's when it is our brothers and sisters from Guatemala populate the island, and basically they take it over completely, and that is their favorite piece of paradise.
For the president.
From the president. So, just from the standpoint of the potential that exists in having that piece of, that slice of paradise within your custody and your care, I feel like there's so many different things and so many different ways that can be maximized. First and foremost, as a place that can accommodate a lot of our students, not only those that attend the university, but all over the country, who you want to, they have a place that they can come. There are rooms there where they can experience the entire reef in a way that is far more intimate than, say, taking them out to Keokuk or Garvsky. Again, I reiterate the fact that while I am pleased to know via the report that Marisol did that the university has not, in a sense, they have a plan. It's always good to have a plan. But I think I have to wonder why you would even have why you even have one period when it would appear like there is a level of negligence going on. Or you are more intimate with how that building came to be, but man, listen, you could just have that and you could just advertise that as a place where students from among the world could come and experience and accommodate. I just don't know how you could end up with it falling into any kind of state of disrepair, but maybe you have a different outlook, you have a different background on it. Tell me about your thoughts on it.
Yeah, definitely, Mose. I think, like, I believe I was very instrumental in raising the funds to build that building. So, like you, kind of like painful to see the building not being used and basically falling apart. But I'm happy to know or hear that Hyde and the University of Belize are working on a plan to restore the building and to really like make it what it's supposed to be, a place of learning, a place where Belizean students and international students could come and learn about this important resource that we have here called the Belize Barrier Reef or the Mesoamerican Reef on a whole. It is there, it's waiting to be used, and this is where I believe like important leadership comes to play so that they can like really take this and make use of it. It's sitting there, it's not being used, and I hope that in the near future that Belizean students will be occupying it, and basically the professors at UB will be teaching the world about the sciences that exist out here, the opportunities that exist out here, things that we got to learn in this age of like climate change and everything else. We could learn a lot from what's happening out here. You see the shifting of the soil of the beach itself. I think we were here last week or 2 weeks ago, and the table on the end there was almost in water. Now sand, it's surrounded by sand. So the beach keeps shifting. There's so much things to learn out here, and we got to capitalize on that. While I'm on that, Mose, I just want to encourage Belizeans, especially the tour guides and the fishermen, to use it some more and to do what it takes so that you can have the resources to use it. While we're out here this week, it would be nice to have members of the Garbutt family who, from the time I know myself, have always spent time and have always spent a lot of their time. Sometimes they used to live out here, come out and be a part of this historic event that's happening out here today, broadcasting from the Sapodilla Keys, broadcasting from their homes at one time, I know I sure somebody had hear about Teacher Wally, who teach in Placencia, Mango Creek, all the schools basically in the south. Come on out. You're retired now. Jump in a boat and come on out and fill us in. Help us to educate the Belizean public about the history of the Zapadelas. Nobody knows it better than you. I know, like, you know, we have Dennis right back there in PG. His father owned Lime Key. The Gabbard family have always owned some of these Zapadela keys, so it would be nice. Brother Ewart, you know, you go up to the city, go down the city. That is it. Where we want you to come home to the Zapadela keys and give us some, like, you know, insights about the Zapadela keys. The fisherman of Monkey River.
He is going to be on, but we don't know whether or not he make it out like that. But he is going to be on. Let me also just quickly give thanks to the Reef Week organizers who maintain the tradition. There will be activities for students across the country. All the member organizations of the Reef Week Planning Committee. Give big respect. The team this year is Free Reef, Free Roots, connecting communities, empowering youth. That's the team. Rate the team, love it. And also let me just mention Dennis Garbett and the Garbett Marina. We would not be here without the boat and the captain. We're in a very choppy waters coming across yesterday. The captain, what's the captain's name? Why watch a wheel? I'm see you one journalist too.
No,
see you one journalist too, boy.
Captain name. Kylon. I mean, nobody like could handle it. See, like Kylon, the son of Betty, who raised out here. Kylon probably come out here before he could walk. So Kylon, he knew every wave that was about to hit the boat yesterday and ride them with style. We get out there without even get wet. I don't know if you may get wet about you, not even get wet. I mean, some people take a little lick, but hey, you can't help that. But the man do his thing.
Let me just also mention. That we got to thank the sponsors. We would not be here without them. Of which the Gabbard Marina is one. Give thanks for being a collaborator, for making a reach out here, bring me out, and then we'll get way back home to land on Friday. Let me just mention Belize Tax Services, Freetown Drug Store, Honorable Osmond Martinez, Sol Belize, Toledo Teachers Credit Union Limited, Toledo Institute for Development and Environment, Hyde, Garbett Marina. Our premier sponsors are B&B Insurance, Ewards Marina, Honorable Anthony Sylvester, Black in Marine Science, the Press Office of Belize, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Central Bank of Belize, CG United, World Wildlife Fund, Wildlife Conservation Society, Belize Tourism Board, and Sea Funding. Those are all our major collaborators. It is 8:31 at least when I look at the time. We have latency, so make we not left it for speculation. The way we are doing this is through the technology of a guy we don't like very much, but we are using Starlink because that's the way they out here, so that we use, so that we don't have to speculate or have no suspicion. We don't like but the technology is big. We don't like we don't like what it stand for, we don't like what it into, but that's what they use, Packley.
Speaking of what we're into, Mose, I think this opportunity to thank the Copal Tree Distillery. Right? We have to get that in. The Copali rum, it's like a climate-friendly rum. And I believe that it's not just about a rum, it's a story that goes with the rum. The Copali rum, thanks to them, I'm able to be out here today. And
I want to pick them up for helping us with generator.
Yep.
Helping us with chef,
yes.
Food.
Yeah.
The fish we catch that Copali Distillery.
Yep.
I don't know how Natalie don't have Copali though. We know Copali that will prepare sponsor.
Yes, Copali. I mean, you know, but I want people to know, because we're speaking about Reef Week. I mean, you'll know that the way the Copali rum is made is because of the way it grows its sugar cane. The way it grows its sugar cane, it actually the soil takes out carbon out of the atmosphere and stores it in the soil because of the advanced technology that we are using in agriculture to produce this rum. It's a zero waste distillery. So it's not just like an ordinary rum. It's a rum besides like tasting good, it's a rum that's doing good for the planet. So yeah, when you go out there and you, like, I know you have a choice in spirits, you could like choose the Kapali to be in solidarity with Reef Week.
Man could do it adding a person. But they are a premier sponsor of this event. Again, making significant contributions to making this broadcast possible. The point of it is that we don't have the wherewithal for just corner saps and doing broadcasts like this. It takes a lot of support, it takes a lot of partners, and without their involvement, we would not be able to do this. And we're glad that you are along with us. We want to remind you, in case you missed it earlier, we will have posts that we put up on Facebook, Instagram, and all of that, where they call off-show footage and stuff that we can't put into the WUB because we are on double duty. Yes, we celebrate Reef Week, but we also want light the fire and make you catch the Sappadilla fever. That's how we really promote. It's a good kind of fever, that is Sappadilla fever, because we don't just want we love you. We don't only want you to love it in a theory. We want you to love it in a practice. We want you to feel it as best we can. No, as best as video and audio can deliver that. We are making you experience a little bit of what is so special, what's so sweet about the saps. We are take ourselves on break and come back. This is WB Bigger Believes Morning Vibes. We'll be here all week long.
This is our first year under the program, and we have received basically the free tuition, uniforms for first form, 3 uniforms per child, and also the PE uniform. The other students from 2nd to 4th receive the free tuition.
As students, now we feel much more better that we know that there's someone that's thinking about us, right? That they want to see us do better, and so they're giving us resources to pursue whatever we want to pursue.
Yes, I do feel more excited about school as it has been more easier to focus in classes. I'm more at ease during my study time, during pre-test or everything. It's easier to actually get things done.
These kinds of projects will only try to improve and better these chances of the students to be productive citizens of these.
We are the future of police, and empowering youths is what we need most right now, having faith in them.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Mandala notice. Our advertisers, sellers, and readers are advised that there will be no online Tuesday issue of the newspaper next week. There will only be the Friday issue, which will hit the streets on Friday, March 13. Happy National Heroes and Benefactors Day from the management and staff of Cremandala.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. If you're just joined way and so and you don't know that where they go on, man, watch out. If you're not real WB people, you know, once you hit the 9th of March weekend, right after that, you know that a Reef week things, you know, we're going somewhere. And this year, well, we're not going somewhere. We're gone a paradise, really. We did at the Saps, with the far, but it's sweet. Nicholas Key, in fact, for Reef Week 2026 under the team for Reef Roots, connecting communities, empowering youth. Wilmer here has really been my guest all morning because we were to be joined by a representative from Hyde, but it seems they had some issues and were unable to get in here. Hopefully, well, I'm hoping that we'll be able to reschedule them. That's the plan, to get them in. This is enough for the yard. This is what is the work since I know that you're a long time retired from it, but what are the work where Hyde do right now that is SAPS?
Yeah, right now Hyde do the management of the Sapadilla Keys Marine Reserve, and you know, which would that include go out there and patrol. To make sure to patrol for illegal fishing, especially at this time of the year. You know, you have 20 million people between Honduras and Guatemala. A lot of them are Catholics, so during the Lenten season, they are encouraged to eat things from the sea, only seafood. And illegal fishing has definitely increased during this time of the year. But in addition to that, you'll see yesterday when we come in, you see a boat going through the reef out into the deep. Those guys on that boat from Hyde, they are doing grouper spawning aggregation. And I mean, I think that Hyde, hopefully that you'd listen, that maybe one of them divers could come on and talk about the work that they are doing, because it's important work. I mean, over the years I've been involved with, I haven't really been directly involved, but in the beginning I was very involved with the spawning aggregations. And right in front of Nicholas Mose, you could actually swim to the spag site. And it's on the other side of the reef, of course. But, you know, these are areas where people would like target for heavy fishing. And at one time, it was like almost depleted. So the work of Hyde and the Nature Conservancy and all the other organizations working together to protect the spag sites, up to today, Hyde is still monitoring it, and you could see when we first started diving those sites, there was just a few fish, and because the fisheries department has put in place legislation, big up to the fisheries department for that, to protect these sites. These sites are now they're rebound, and the sites are being replenished. So when you dive now, you see more and more fish, and this is important, and that's why Hyde continue to do those spawning aggregation studies in the SAPs. You have other NGOs who do the studies up at Gladden's Plate and Glovers and throughout the length and breadth of this country. So I would hope that during Reef Week, one of them would make it down here to talk about that important work, because it is important work. In addition to that, like what Hyde does out here, you know, we got a lot of Guatemalan and Honduran tourists that come out here, very few Belizean, but they also make sure that they don't step on the coral and give them guidelines when they're going snorkeling and things, which is very, very important. Because when people get out here and they see all the beautiful coral, they get excited, jump out of their boat, and if you don't have somebody managing that crew that's jumping overboard, they could destroy the very things that they come to see, and future generations might not see that. So again, like, you know, I want to encourage the fishermen to come out. I mean, I'm sure that Mose, you'll give them a break to talk about the fishermen in the area, the Garbat family, somebody from the Garbat family. I think this is your home. You know, come out here and tell us a little bit about this, share that experience with us. I mean, again, I can't thank you enough, Mose. I remember when we first came here, and you told me that, man, one day it would be good to do Reef Week out here, and I was like, there goes another crazy dream. You know, that will never happen, Mose. First of all, look here, you want to get away for anything, no cell phone, no nothing here. So when you told me that, man, you know, I believe that even though I don't like the man, I could use the man to bring the message to the Belizean public, Starling. And I was like, man, I can't believe that it is happening today. I think it's probably more than a few years when you say it's like one of these days. And that day is today, my brother. So respect, congratulations, and like to everybody, like you say, it is like a team effort to make it happen. It's not like just jumping in a boat and coming out here. Like you're coming all the way from Belize City to Punta Gorda, jump on a boat to come out here. I mean, there's so many moving parts to make it happen, to have us having a great time out here, because I think you would agree it is a great time. Absolutely. You know.
And you know, I just want to just again pay respect to our sponsors who are making it possible for us to do this. Kopali Distillery, of course, made here in Toledo.
PG rainwater.
Organically. Everything. All right. When I have to do the whole thing, the man took about a quarter of the show for the friendly product. And
it's a good product.
Let me also give thanks to the official sponsors: Belize Tax Services, Freedom Drug Store, Honorable Husband Martinez, Sol Belize, Toledo Teachers Credit Union Limited, Toledo Institute for Development and Environment, Hyde, Garbutt's Marina. Give thanks to Dennis Garbutt for supporting, being a sponsor and providing us transportation out to the SAPs. Premier sponsors to BB Insurance, to Ewards Marina, to Honorable Antonio Sylvester, to Black in Marine Science, Press Office, Ministry of Health and Wellness, Central Bank of Belize, CG United, World Wildlife Fund, Wildlife Conservation Society, Belize Tourism Board, and Sea Fund Inn. This is the first morning. This is liftoff for us. You know, we try work over all the kinks. The wind has been a major opponent, but we can't beat that from an opponent. He also keep with the flies and keep it cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So we can't complain. But we want to take a final break and come back and wrap up this morning.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
How to register for an account online. Welcome to Iris Belize online portal user registration. This guide will provide a step-by-step on how to register your account on the Iris Belize portal. On the home page, click the Register for an Account button. This link will take you to the online registration form. Start filling the following details: your first and last name, your date of birth. Enter your name and date of birth as given on your Social Security card or birth certificate. Your mobile number. This will be used for request verification and important communications from Belize Tax Service. Your email address. This email address will be used to log in to the portal. Enter a password as per the specifications given. Reconfirm your password. This should be the same as the password field above. Enter the appropriate security answers to the 3 questions. Note, these questions will be used in the event you need to recover your password and validate your identity. When finished, Check the Read and Agree box for the terms and conditions and privacy policy. Now, you can click the Submit My Registration button. Your user account registration has been sent. A confirmation email will be sent to the email address you entered. Open the email and click the Confirm Email Address button. You are now registered. For the final step, you will need to contact Belize Tax Service to link your tax account to your online profile. This process will take approximately 24 hours to link. Enjoy using your integrated revenue information system. Effortless, easy, and efficient electronic tax services for everyone. Iris Belize.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, after that, help you out right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Mangroves are recognized in Belize for their important role as a nature-based solution to climate change.
Mangrove conservation is important because mangroves form that bridge between the land and the sea. It helps protect our coast, which is so critical not only for fisheries, for tourism, just everyday communities.
One of the major benefits of mangroves is that it's the nursery for almost all of the fish that we find on the reef. So our whole ecotourist economy is based on the fact that we have wildlife in the ocean, and a lot of it grows up here in the nurseries.
Despite their importance, mangroves have also been one of the least represented ecosystems, and the increased pressures it faces, there is a recognized need to increase the focus on ensuring its long-term viability.
The reason mangrove restoration is so important in Belize is because it's rapidly disappearing. We need our mangroves. We need our mangroves culturally and socioeconomically. We need it to protect our island, our land. And if they're not there, the tourism is going to drop off. It's all just going to crash all around us if we don't get this under control.
The Belize Mangrove Alliance Action Plan aims to improve conservation, protection, and sustainable use of mangroves in Belize.
Having a Belize Mangrove Alliance brings together a community of conservationists, of private landowners, of developers, of government agencies, of academia, and many other partners that have one common goal, which is ensuring that our mangrove forests remain healthy in the country.
The strength of alliances is that you're bringing together different parties with different levels of expertise, different resources, and having everybody on the same page. Importantly here in Belize, with government departments as a part of that dialogue, means that we can actually do something and accomplish something going forward. If we're all doing our own separate things, then we kind of get a little bit fragmented. What's really, really important is that we all have to be on the same page as far as what our commitment is to restoring mangroves, why it's important, and how we go about getting it done.
So do you want to restore mangroves? Do you want to look at the possibility for blue carbon financing? Are you looking at research? Whatever your interest is in mangrove, the Belize Mangrove Alliance brings together those interests to be able to leverage the strengths of all our partners and to be able to share best practices so that people know the best way forward for mangrove conservation and protection in Belize.
You can play a part in protecting Belize's vital mangroves. Follow the Belize Mangrove Alliance on social media. Visit our website to learn more or join local conservation efforts. Together, we can ensure a future where mangroves continue to protect our coasts and nurture our marine life.
All right, welcome back to the wrap-up here for WUB's week. Reef Week 2026. So we're not there in the studio, we're there far. Keep saying that. We're there Nicholas Key in Sapodilla Key Range, Sapodilla Marine Reserve, and we're off for, I think it's maybe a 12th week. Well, we've been all over the place, but this one year, we feel very proud of to be able to bring a broadcast to you from, and we hope to deliver a lot of the visual experiences to create a bit of familiarity, so you know Sapodilla a little bit more intimately if you've never been here or you don't know much about it. You will be hearing a bit about it in the news. It's in the news, in fact, today, as the report from our news team is that the ICJ will make a ruling on a matter of whether Guatemala is going to be allowed to join the case that Honduras has brought, trying to get the Sapodilla from us. But right now, we did it, we there, and of course, we want it to remain for us and for those who come after to have access and to be able to benefit. Access and benefiting has been limited. A part of it has been the distance. A part of it, we have our suspicions, but we're not going into all of that. We celebrate Reef Week, and we'll be back here tomorrow morning once we got health and strength for day 2. We want to thank you all for joining us, and to Pacliff, who is Chief, when I say Cook Wash, Battle Wash, how you go? Pacliff, I said that you do all the other things. We couldn't have Harlan with us this morning. We announced that we think normally he's a part of the team. We miss you, Brother Harlan. Sure wish you were here. Last night, Pacliff couldn't handle the supper, but we know that you would have handled that. We know how you go. Big up yourself. I think we have Larry G in the studio in Krem. And is Christy along with Harlan, or is... Alright, we don't know. We have to get the full team. But we at this point we're gonna wrap. As always, stand strong, stand firm. For now, gone!
Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice so up in and place your calling. WB, get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so we no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB.